We are back out here at the Sanford Dam. You can see it way over my shoulder in the background, and there are no longer any spillways remaining on the Sanford Dam. All that demolition has been completed. The spillways, the rollways have been removed, and you may be able to see the crane as well. Sheet pile is now going in. We'll be heading over there very shortly, watching them install a little bit more of that sheet pile. You can see the whole convoy here of Fisher trucks going ahead, removing a little bit more of that dirt off the earthen embankment. Again, like I said, the crane going ahead installing that sheet pile. Sanford Dam, all the spillways. You can see the new concrete weir spillways down there. All those look nice and cleaned up now. The powerhouse, the old substation, all that looks like that's been cleaned up. No more transformers or any of the other components left on that. Sanford Park, a lot of work going on over there as well. I will be heading over there right after I leave here, and you'll be able to see a little bit more of that, as well as that's a lot easier to see from the drone. You can see the excavator down here cleaning up a little bit of the sediment from the river channel. And right here is the Tittabawassee River that is flowing underneath the temporary bridge. This is actually where the breach occurred in the Sanford earthen embankment right here, and where Sanford Falls is located right over there on that side. There's also some cleanup happening on the lake bed over here. So a ton of stuff going on. Let's go ahead, get over to the site, see what's going on a little bit closer, and also we'll be jumping into a little bit more of that drone video. Make sure you stay tuned until the end of this video if you want to see a little bit of the raw video of the vibratory hammer installing some of that sheet pile. The drone is here flying to the north. I'm actually flying backwards through the spillway. Got a great shot here, and you can see the sheet pile being installed there on the right hand side of the screen. I ended up getting there right near the time that they were actually wrapping up installing some of the sheet pile, so you can see the crane is taken down. So there won't be any video from the drone of the sheet pile being installed, but at least I got there in person, so when I switch back, you'll actually be able to see a little bit of that sheet pile being installed when I was there on the ground. Great shot of the drone facing to the north, probably about 25 feet in altitude, and you can see those new concrete weir spillways. We'll take a close-up look at those as the drone flies closer. And as always, if people want to see what this looks like at present day, I know there's been a lot of people checking out the Sanford live camera, so make sure you're tuning into that and checking that out if you want to keep up to date with the day-to-day happenings. You can see that T-joint here, that plated T-joint to keep the lampreys from going up and over the top of the new concrete weir spillways, and they do have the buoys in front of Sanford Dam, so when the water is redirected, no one ends up going over the top of the new concrete weir spillways. Also, you may be able to see that there has been quite a bit more sheet pile installed at the time of me filming this voiceover. I think I checked today and there was around 80 people watching the live stream, so definitely catching a lot of attention from people tuning into the live stream. And now I'm going to go up. We're going to climb all the way up to 400 feet in altitude and see what the site looks like from up here at this distance. And on the topic of live camera, I do have enough funds to go ahead and get the live camera hooked up there at Secord Dam. And as many people know, there's actually some work going on up there at Secord Dam at present day as well. So just trying to coordinate getting all these parts and pieces in for the live camera. Some stuff is back ordered, but I should be getting all the components in to be able to make that happen very soon. And then I just have to coordinate with the Four Lakes Task Force to find a good location to go ahead and install that live camera. Over here on the site now, you can see them going ahead. Hopefully you can hear me over that, but they're going ahead installing that sheet pile. Looks like they're just getting the final elevations on these first few that they put in. And here's a view of the new concrete weir spillways. Also, you can see the new elevation of the sill height. You'll be able to see the water level from the drone on where that is on the other side of these spillways. But this is the level that will be maintained over the next couple of years. The level, the height of the Tittabawassee River, once that water is redirected to flowing over the top of Sanford Dam. Powerhouse is over here, live cameras up there, so it's got a great view of all the spillway demo that occurred, as well as the sheet pile being installed and the cleanup of the sediment in the river path back there. I actually have enough funds now to go ahead and install a live camera up there on Acorn Dam, so I will be working on that very soon, trying to get that installed as soon as I can, but very busy time right now. But work has began up there, up on Acorn Dam, so very exciting time right now. They're just kind of working on doing a little bit of the powerhouse work, going to be removing some of the generators and stuff like that. So I know there's a lot of people that have been messaging me and are very excited to actually see some work going on up there now. I'll walk down the sill a little bit further. We'll take a look at spillway 1, 2, and 3. You can actually see this turtle seems to be making himself right at home in the shallow water here. That looks like a snapper turtle right there. But yeah, these concrete weir spillways turned out really nice. And you know, they took great care making sure that they did not damage the coating on that T-joint right there. To keep those lampreys from going over the top of Sanford Dam. Of course, right now, there's nothing preventing that from happening, as they can just go right up the Sanford Falls area and end up in the Tittabawassee River over there. But after Sanford Lake is allowed to refill, this will keep those lampreys from going up there any further. See a couple of the patches that were repaired. So right up there, that new concrete was a patch, as well as they poured a new wall right here along this side. All right, let's head on back up there. We'll take a little bit closer look at them driving in the sheet pile, then maybe head over and look at some of this earthen embankment work. First, we will jump back into the drone video though. You can see there's actually some cleanup work happening out there on the lake bed, some brush removal. I will film that a little bit closer at the end of this video with the drone, but here is an excellent view showing all the work that is going on in the park. So a lot of the work that's happened right now has been installing storm sewers. Near the end of the video, we'll take a little bit closer look at these again, but I'll drop an altitude and we'll fly over that area as well. This is probably a good time to answer some of the common questions that I get asked. So one of the common questions is the new concrete weir spillways, are those poured at the final height that they will be when construction begins? The answer to that is no. They will actually be encasing the current concrete weir spillways and pouring those a little bit higher in elevation, and then the gates will be added to the top of those to increase the elevation when these lakes are refilled. The next question most commonly asked is, will the lakes be refilled? And that is the plan. That's what's being put in place right now. Progress towards that final goal is surely taking place. So hopefully these lakes will be refilled in the coming years. Secord and Smallwood Lake are estimated to be refilled in 2024. Sanford Lake right here is estimating to be complete and lake refilled by 2025. And Wixom Lake, that the Edenville and the Tobacco River Dam are on, are estimating to be refilled on 2026. So Wixom Lake's going to take a little bit longer, mainly just because there's 2 dams on that lake. So there's a little bit more work. Great shot here showing the excavator. You can see he was removing a little bit of that sediment that was in the river path though, kind of just leveling out the area, doing a little bit of a grade with the bucket on the excavator. And if you actually look at the live camera at this area in current day, the water level is a lot lower than it is in this shot. We have been in quite a drought here in the mid-Michigan area. We have not received a substantial amount of rain in over 2 weeks, maybe close to a month. We're supposed to get some this week though, so hopefully that does come through. We definitely need some rain, some precipitation in our area. The farm fields and the farmers definitely need it. A lot of the crops are drying up pretty rapidly. Here's a great shot though, circling around, looking at the temporary bridge and the Tittabawassee River that is flowing underneath that bridge. The drone is facing towards the north, so the area on the other side of that bridge is the Sanford lake bed, and the drone is probably about 10 to 15 feet in altitude off the top of the water. We'll come over here, we'll watch this truck be loaded a little bit later. This is a little bit more of the raw video, some of this earthen embankment work, the dirt work that is going on here. I know there's a lot of people that watch these videos just to see the dirt work, so I make sure to always save and keep these raw videos until the end of the videos for the people that like to watch those. Here's all the sheet pile laid out here. They're going ahead, picking it from the pile, getting it lined up in the grooves of the existing sheet pile. Then they can use the vibratory hammer, put them all the way down into that bedrock, into that hard pan. All right, let's head on up here a little bit closer now. Here's a quick shot of the Sanford Falls. Probably within a month of me releasing this video, I expect the falls to be no longer. This area where the earthen embankment failed will be filled in again. They will be filling in this breach area, and that will redirect the water over the top of Sanford Dam again, over those new concrete weir spillways. You know, I will definitely be out there to film when this breach gets filled in and when the water will be redirected over the top of Sanford Dam. It will be a pivotal and monumental moment. And as for the earthen embankment over here on the right hand side, it sure is looking nice, really taking shape. If you're actually checking this out on the live camera, you will notice that they have made a lot of progress driving in even more sheet pile and lining the backside of the sheet pile with some riprap. Now let's jump in and take a quick look at the Sanford lake bed. So again, I mentioned that they were doing some cleanup out here, so we're just going to take a little bit closer look at what's going on out here. This is Heinz Tree Service that is doing a lot of this cleanup. You can see a lot of the logs that were removed and put in a pile right there. They have an excavator over here at the boat ramp. This was the existing boat ramp that was used to access Sanford Lake, and there used to be a dock right here on the left-hand side of the boat ramp. You can see the park area up near the top of the screen where all that nice beach sand is. Getting a little overgrown at this time, but when this lake is refilled, you know darn well that they are going to get out there and make that beach look nice again. There's a nice just flyover of the Sanford lake bed. It was a little windy when I was out there flying the drone, so I wasn't able to gain too much speed, but you can see a lot of those cottonwood and willow trees growing on the lake bed. That is predominantly what you are seeing here. There are a couple weeds mixed in between, but in the springtime, when both of these earthen embankments failed on Edenville, on Wixom Lake, as well as Sanford Lake, there must have been a lot of cottonwood seeds in the air as well as willow, because man, they sure took off. If anyone, any landscaping company needed any trees, this would be the spot to get them. But I can only imagine the hoops that you would need to jump through to be able to go out here and dig these trees off the lake bed, because you're actually removing some of the lake bed. And I'm sure some of our natural resource departments would not okay that. Great shot here of the American flag that's been flying out here on the Sanford lake bed for the last couple of years. I'm up on top of the earthen embankment now. You can see these yellow stakes, the survey stakes, are where the new sheet pile will be going. And here's the previous sheet pile. This is what was already installed here at Sanford Dam in the earthen embankment. You can see the clay here and where it's going to wrap right around to where the excavator is working over there right now. Here's the view from the north side of the dam. Sheet pile's going in. Powerhouse is over here on this side. And you walk over this way a little bit further to the north, you can actually see the water level here on the north side of Sanford Dam. Looks like about another foot. Elevation will have to come up before it starts going over the top of the new concrete weir spillways there. Right here on gate 5 you can actually see where that pass-through used to be. And Sanford lake bed Over there in the background, you can kind of see where a little bit of that cleanup has occurred. A little bit of that brush hogged. Looks like those trees out there were about 10 to 15 feet tall, so looks like they cleared a little bit of those out. Jumping back to the drone video now, we are facing towards the south, flying back towards Sanford Dam. The drone is about 50 feet in altitude. I do have a Acorn Dam video that I will be posting probably in the next video after I release this one as well, though. They will be going ahead, like I said, evaluating that dam, some of the powerhouse, some of the hydro portions to see if they can go ahead and remove and salvage some of those. So it will be kind of cool to get back there out on site. They're going to try to dewatering a couple of the areas kind of where the turbine is so that they could get a company in there and evaluate if anything could be salvaged. Here's a great view of the whole site here at Sanford Dam. The difference that it makes when they hit that hard pan at glacial till, the bedrock, whatever you want to call it. You can see the 30-foot marks on there. So it looks like they're about 26 feet deep right now. Check out the buttresses coming off the side of Sanford Dam as well. Really cool being out here on site. Make sure you go down below, hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, leave any questions and comments you have down below. If you want to keep seeing this work going on here, there is quite a bit more to do. But a lot of progress has already occurred here at Sanford Dam. I will be following the dam rebuilding all the way through until construction, until these lakes are refilled. Over here on the south side of the dam, you can see the excavator sitting up here on the hill, waiting for another truck to come in for him to go ahead and haul away some of this dirt. They're bringing the earthen embankment down to subgrade, so you can kind of see the level that it's at right now in the background there. So all this has to be hauled away out of here, and then they're bringing in soil that will be compacted back here for the earthen embankment, where they're going to keep driving in more sheet pile. You see they're just shutting down for the day, so it's a good thing I got out here when I did. Got to see them drive a little bit more of that sheet pile. They may be going ahead and driving these down a little bit further yet, but I did ask if they were able to use any of the dirt out here on the lake bed for fill, and the answer to that is no. At least at this time, it is no. That dirt is not the correct type, the correct quality to be able to use for this earthen embankment. So after that sheet piles in, there will be some geotextile fabric laid, some rock, some more riprap on top of each side of that riprap, or of that sheet pile wall. And yeah, again, excavator back here in the background, removing a little bit of that sediment out of the river path. A lot of work going on here. It's a pretty impressive project. All right, let's go ahead now. I'll go throw that drone back up in the air, get a few more of those aerial views. Here's the view overlooking Sanford Park. So this is the view that the live camera actually has. So if you haven't yet, make sure you check out the Sanford Park live camera. We also can see a little bit of the work going on over here at the Sanford Dam. You can see those trucks arriving and them removing some of that soil. Temporary bridge right here in the middle of the screen. And over here on this side, you can see a little bit more of that cleanup work going on. Just removing that last little bit of debris, some of those tree stumps and logs that are left here in the park. Storm sewers, a lot of those have already been installed, so they're just working on compacting that topsoil. They have a lot of topsoil already screened through that screener. But again, this has happened in no time at all as well. I'll actually pop up a picture of what this park, what the sketch is of what things are going to look like here. A lot of baseball fields. It's going to look very nice. But yeah, now I'm probably going to go ahead, throw the drone back up in the air. I'll film a little bit of this debris cleanup and then maybe go film a little bit of the storm sewers and the rest of the park in a little bit more detail, a little bit closer. But the next time I'm out here, you will see a ton more progress in this area as well. Here's the drone view. You can see Saginaw Road in the background. That is the main road that runs through the village of Sanford. And Pat's here. Pat's Excavating is going ahead, finishing up a little bit of that cleanup work. There really isn't much left to do, but you can see they're going ahead, filling up this truck with some of the tree stumps, the logs, to go ahead and remove these out of this park. Again though, Sanford Park live camera has a great view of all of this work that's going on. I'm actually doing some time-lapse video from that camera, so we'll be able to see how the park is going to progress over the next couple of months until it is finished. Here's one of those storm sewers. You can see the orange traffic cone sitting on the top of it, and a lot of the other soil that's been graded around the area. They've screened a lot of topsoil for all of those baseball fields. Again, you kind of pick out another storm sewer here, and then another one of those cement tiles for the storm sewer. And staged in the background here is a lot more of those cement culverts that are staged for some more of that storm sewer install. On this side, see a couple more stumps, some really large stumps there, and then more of that topsoil that has been screened for this area. Looks like they're just staging it, so it will be fairly easy for them to go ahead and level off in this area and then go ahead and seed it. Hopefully they're able to get it seeded for this fall. I'm not going to film an entire update of Sanford Village, but you know, I usually stop by and check out the community garden, so let's see what we got growing. Everything looks to be doing really great. It looks like some onions, tomatoes, marigolds. I'm not going to say that I'm an expert on everything that's growing here, but it's like maybe some cherry tomatoes, some sunflowers here. We have maybe some peppers. Let's take a look. Yep, looks like some green bell peppers in here. Maybe some peas. Yep, looks like some peas. Looks like those are ready to be picked. Not sure what these guys are. Got some green beans. And maybe some chives down here. More, this looks like the viney area. Maybe some acorn squash, some sort of squash. Either that or some sort of mushmelon or watermelons. These could be, here we go. Yep, so acorn squash by the looks of that. Not sure what these are. I don't eat whatever this is. Can't really tell you what that is. This is probably cabbage by the looks of it. And in this planter, these look like potatoes to me. So usually you mound up around potatoes, so These might need to be mounded up around yet, but that would be my guess as to what's growing there. And these look like pickles, so yeah, this one is definitely ready to be picked. Maybe cucumbers. My wife and I usually have a disagreement of what to call pickles. Apparently pickles are anything that you do pickle, and cucumbers are the ones that are not pickled yet. There we go though. Some watermelon. Little guy sitting right here. And some more marigolds to finish it off. Looks like they added a little bit more seating possibly in this area. Have the water container here. This is probably the produce that is up for grabs. So again, some cucumbers, salad cucumbers, whatever you want to call them. Flowers, a couple more, and some nice seating areas. Lilies are looking great around this maple tree. So yeah, there's your little tour, little update of the Sanford Grows Community Garden. Looking really great as always. Now is the portion of the video that I'm going to let the raw video play through. So if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you go down below, hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and leave any questions and comments you have down below. This clip here is of the excavator going ahead and filling the dump truck from the earthen embankment, and then after this we will be jumping back into some of the raw video of the sheet pile being installed. So make sure you stay tuned if you want to see all of that. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below. As always, I just want to give a massive thanks to the people who support me on Patreon. Never underestimate the value of your contribution to keeping this channel going. Thank you.